Hello everybody, my name is Will and welcome back to another Platinum video. In today's video, we are getting the Platinum for WWE 2k23. I got the Platinum for 2k22 back in August, and when I saw 2k23 on sale, I thought I'd pick it up and give the Platinum another go. So without any further ado, let's get into WWE 2k23. So straight away loading up the game, I headed over to the tutorial just to freshen up my skills and make sure I wasn't rusty. Completing the tutorial, which only took about 10 minutes, got me my first trophy. Also, I am sorry the game wouldn't let me adjust my sound settings until the tutorial was done, so it does sound really loud. I then went and grabbed 3 very easy and very boring trophies. For the first trophy, we need to head over to the Create a Character menu, where we use the random tool to create a head item, body, and attire color for a custom superstar. This next one is really difficult to explain. The trophy is called I Made This, and you need to create an item using your own image made in Create an Image. It's weird to explain, but you basically have to design your own image and then apply that to your custom superstar. And the last trophy for this little set, we just needed to create a custom entrance with custom pyro. Next up, we were over in My Faction. This is WWE 2K's version of Ultimate Team, or just any online sports mode, you know what I mean. Last time this caused me a huge problem because we had to complete a ton of lifetime challenges and play a load of matches. I'll get to it shortly, but thankfully this time was a bit simpler. We finished off our first match, which popped me 2 trophies. The first one was for completing a lifetime challenge, and the second one was for winning my first match in My Faction. So we dived into the many game modes that My Faction has to offer. There are trophies tied to pretty much all of them, but the first one we went for was for winning a weekly tower. These come out every week, so there were a ton of them that were available to me because the game is nearly at the end of its cycle. There are 5 matches in a week, so once we won all of those, the trophy popped. Moving on, I played through some of the other game modes, and during this I managed to complete my first daily challenge. We then moved over to the Faction Wars game mode. Faction Wars are a series of 4-on-4 tag team matches using cards from your inventory. I never really explained it in 2k22, but playing through the game you collect different superstar cards. Obviously as the game gets further in the cycle, these cards get higher and higher rated and have better stats, so you want to collect as many high rated cards as possible to improve your Faction Wars team. There is a similar trophy to last year where you have to win 100 Faction Wars matches, so I wasn't looking forward to going for that. But to start off with, once you win your first match, you get access to a limited time briefcase. This gives you whatever rewards are available for that period of time. However, more importantly, getting this reward got me a trophy. Continuing my grind, we managed to finish all 3 daily challenges before moving over to Proving Grounds. Proving Grounds is kind of similar to the weekly towers, where to complete a tower you need to win 5 matches. However, the other trophy we were going for was to win a Proving Grounds chapter. A chapter consists of 6 towers, which meant we had to win a total of 30 matches in order to get the trophy. It took a bit of a grind, but we eventually managed to get there. For the next trophy, we needed to complete some lifetime challenges. Now, if you did watch my 2k22 video, you might remember that we had to complete 40 last time. Luckily for me, 2k must have watched that video and realised how ridiculously difficult that was. So for this game, they've lowered the trophy requirements down to 15. 15 lifetime challenges is actually pretty easy. Just doing the weekly towers and the Proving Grounds had already got me 8 of them. So all I did was pick a few of the easy ones, grind my way through them, and luckily for me, we were able to get it. This also meant, unlike last time, I didn't have to do 84 daily challenges, and let me tell you, when I saw that on the trophy list, I was so relieved. Next up, we tackled live events. These are matches that are only released for a very limited amount of time, but they can earn you some really good rewards. The trophy I was going for here was to win 10 of these matches. However, I won't lie to you, I found it so difficult because it defaults to legendary difficulty. And even though I've been playing for a decent amount of time at this point, I still didn't think I was good enough. So I'm not gonna lie, it probably took me 25 matches to actually get the 10 wins that I needed. But after a lot of hard work, the trophy was mine. Hi guys, sorry, excuse the mess in the background, but we should hopefully be getting a trophy right now. So there's a trophy for getting a loyalty reward, which is basically where you log in 5 days within a single week. I believe this is day number 5, I'm pretty sure, so if I go to My Faction, hopefully it's gonna give it to us. I hope I haven't missed it, I don't want to do another week. because otherwise you have to worry about it. But I forgot to sign on yesterday. It's a Sunday at the moment. So I did like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and forgot to do Saturday. But it's fine, we get the reward. Loyalty confirmed. Earn a loyalty reward in my faction. Let's go. We do need to win 100 Faction Wars matches. I've only done 43 at the moment. The other one is really difficult for completing the intro challenges. We need to go into quick play here, which is basically where we play against another actual player and just finish the match. The problem is the matchmaking on this game is terrible and I can't find anyone. I'm going to try that today, fingers crossed, but if not, in the meantime, I'll just keep working towards the 100 wins. Holy shit, dude, I found an opponent. I'm in shock. I cannot believe I actually found a lobby against someone. Yes! He tapped! Let's go! We beat him. Holy crap, that dude should have beaten me. Honestly, he hit me like 6 finishes. Let's go! So that should be all the intro challenges done, and that is literally the only online match we have to do. We get the trophy. There we go. Beginner's luck. Complete all intro challenges in my faction. That's amazing. Perfect. We just need to win 100 matches. I say just. That's quite a lot. I've got like 50 my faction matches to go. But that was one of the harder trophies. And it's actually one of the rarer trophies in the game. So I'm so happy to have got that done. I decided to save the Faction Wars trophy for later and move over to a different game mode. So I went over to Universe mode because there's not that many trophies tied to this. There's 2 versions of Universe mode. There's one where you can just sim the matches and you take overall control of how the shows go, and there's a second where you play as a certain superstar and the game will automatically book you into matches, but you can choose your rivalries and things like that. So for the first trophy in the mode, all we needed to do was get into our first rivalry. We then had to play for a series of matches increasing our rivalry before it all ends at a premium live event. Winning the final match and ending the rivalry at the live event gets us a trophy. I can't lie to you, the last 3 Universe mode trophies are really boring. 2 of them are based off choosing rivalry actions in the menu, and the last one is for having a rivalry with over 50 momentum. So I then moved over to My GM. This game mode puts you in the hot seat and allows you to book shows while facing off against a rival competitor. You're given limited budget, limited superstars, and you need to try and book the best shows that you possibly can in order to get the highest ratings and gain the most amount of fans over the course of a season. I finished my first season and during this I got 2 trophies. The first one was for booking all possible match types during a single season of My GM, and the second one was for completing a 4 brand season. This means you're facing off against 3 other brands rather than just 1. My GM was taking up a huge amount of my time, so between the sessions I hopped on stream and went for a few miscellaneous trophies. Go! 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 Oh, he hit it! Kofi! Yes! We beat Brock! On Legendary! Yes! Breathe easy, win a match without completely exhausting your stamina meter. An unfinished business as Kofi Kingston beat Brock Lesnar in a normal one-on-one match on Legendary difficulty. Let's go! Dude, that was so difficult. Oh my god, I can't believe we did that. Dude, I can't believe we got we got a 3rd? Win a match without being stunned on Legendary difficulty. We got 3 for 3. Okay, second time. Second RKO attempt. He's stunned. We got it. This might be it. I think he's going to kick out, though. He didn't! Randy on! One's all you get. Win a match without giving up a 2-count pin on Legendary difficulty. And new head of the table, beat Roman Reigns in a one-on-one match on Legend difficulty using no paybacks. Holy crap. So that was actually the last trophy we got for 2k22, but we decided to go for something different this time. It'll probably be the My Faction wins. But yeah,
There we go. That's one of the harder trophies in the game though, so I'm really happy to have got it done.
So with the fun of those miscellaneous trophies out the way, it was time to go back to the MyGM grind. The remaining trophies we have aren't necessarily difficult, they just take such a long time. The first trophy was to finish first in the ratings after 3 full seasons. As I mentioned, this one wasn't particularly difficult because I was playing on easy difficulty. However, having to sim for an additional 2 seasons took such a long time. And unfortunately for me, there was still a lot more grinding to go. For the next trophy, brand management, we had to win a season with each brand on MyGM. Winning a season isn't necessarily difficult, in fact it's probably quite easy to do as long as you're paying attention. The problem is there are 5 brands in total. You have Raw, SmackDown, NXT, NXT 2.0 and WCW. This meant I had to continue the simming for another 5 seasons. And let me just tell you, this was so boring. It took so long to do and I was so tired of MyGM by the end of it. At this point I was so tired of MyGM, but we only had one more mountain to climb. For this trophy we need to earn 10 different Slammies in MyGM. Slammies are awards you get at the end of a season and they vary so much. You can get one for booking the most promos, the most triple threat matches, making the most money, gaining the most fans. There's quite a lot that you can earn. The issue with this trophy is that you can only earn 1 Slammy per MyGM season. What that means is that in theory, if you wanted to try and do this in one playthrough, you would need to sim through 10 different seasons. Obviously I'm not that stupid, so what I did was create a new save and manually control all 4 of the brands. This meant at the end of the season I would get 4 Slammy trophies, all of which were counted as mine. So in theory this meant that I just needed to sim through 3 seasons and hopefully do enough to get 10 different Slammies. However, as you're about to see, things went a little bit differently. So I thought I had to play a 3rd season of this, but the trophy has just popped at the end of my 2nd season, which is amazing. Honestly, it was so mind-numbingly boring just grinding and simming through every week. I'm so happy this trophy is finally out the way. We do have to go over to like the story mode now, and to be honest, I'm not really looking forward to that. Honestly, I was right to be worried about the MyRise trophies. I wasn't looking forward to them before I began, and even now sat here with the power of hindsight, I would rather have gone through the MyGM experience again. I'm not going to spoil the story, and to be perfectly honest, I'm going to skip through most of these trophies. For both the Lock and the Legacy, which are the men's and women's stories, there are actually missable trophies. In both playthroughs, there are 2 separate decisions you have to make during the playthrough, and each one will get you a trophy. So what I had to keep doing was uploading my save data to the cloud, picking the decision I didn't want to do, reloading my save, and then picking the right decision. That way it meant I managed to get all of the trophies without having to replay the story twice. Once again, I'm going to fly through all these trophies in a quick montage, but I do want it to be known that this in total took me over 13 hours to get through. I don't want to brush that aside. I deserve my credit for sitting through this shit. If I play 2k24, I'm just going to do MyRise first and get it out the way. This is the only MyRise trophy I'll bring any attention to. During the Lock storyline, you need to set up a faction to go against your rival. Basically, you're put in a position where you need to complete challenges or do favors for other superstars so they can join your team. Eventually, after doing enough of these, you'll have one that becomes available so you can get Roman Reigns to join your faction. The only reason this trophy is different is because it is missable and it's not decision related. It's just an additional part of the story that you can complete. Once again, that was the only interesting trophy, so I'll speed through the rest.
I like the faction.
Please tell me the story's over. Please tell me the story's over. Are you serious? Please tell me the trophy pops. Yes! Thank God, man. The Legacy. Complete the Legacy MyRise story. And we should get a 2nd trophy. There it is, a Lock and a Legend complete both of the MyRise stories. I'm honestly so glad it's over. That's one of the worst parts of the Platinum so far. With MyRise finally out the way, it was time to tackle the remaining miscellaneous trophies on our road to the Platinum. For the first trophy, I needed to win a one-on-one match type via leverage pin. This is basically just a roll-up pin. They're really easy to do. I then had to win a match after successfully using my assigned payback abilities. Paybacks are like special abilities that you can put on your superstar. They're not difficult to do, but they do take up your entire finisher bar, so it can take a little bit of time to work to. We then kicked out of 3 high intensity pins on legend difficulty. There's an exploit for this one where you can adjust your kick out settings in the menus. You're also not required to win the match, so if you just let yourself get pinned a load of times and keep kicking out, eventually the trophy will pop. This next one was a load of fun. Using John Cena, you have to perform a 1-on-2 attitude adjustment finisher, also better known as the AA, or if you're even older like me, it used to be known as the FU. Basically, if you do that on 2 opponents at once, the trophy will pop. I then won a match on Legendary without exiting the ring. Used a dirty payback move without getting disqualified. And then got 2 trophies in one for introducing 3 weapons into a Wargames match, and winning a 4-on-4 Wargames match as the disadvantaged team on Legendary difficulty. So for our final main mode, it was over to Showcase. In 2k22, the Showcase mode was focused around Rey Mysterio. And this year, it's focused around the one and only John Cena. The good news is, I absolutely love John Cena, and playing through this showcase was brilliant. I had so much fun going back through Cena's old matches, and I enjoyed every moment of it. The bad news is, I already titled my last video, I turned into John Cena for the Platinum. So now I have no title for this one, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do with it. Anyway, in Showcase mode, you're tasked with doing objectives to get through the match. After you do a certain amount of these objectives, it will cut into footage from the actual match at the time, which is really cool. Each match has around 15 objectives in total, but for completing our first one, we got a trophy. Finishing the first match got me 2 trophies. One for completing all objectives in the match, and the second one for winning our first match. There's not a lot to talk about after this because all the trophies come at the end. So I just continued to play through all the historic matches over Cena's career. There are 14 in total, and you actually play as his opponents in these. So after playing as Randy Orton and beating Cena at Hell in a Cell 2009, we got our next trophy for winning every match in Showcase. However, our fun is not over yet. There are some bonus matches that you need to get through, one of which is to defeat Super Cena. The gimmick here is that he has a huge amount of health and he's completely invisible. The joke is of course reference to the "you can't see me" meme, and everyone calls John Cena invisible. I loved it, it was a really funny play on it, and actually it was quite a tough match. It took me a little while to win. Defeating Super Cena though did get me a trophy. We then headed into our final match. For this match, it puts you in a fatal 4-way playing as John Cena against Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, and Bruno Sammartino. This is reference to the fact that these guys are the biggest legends of their eras. It's an elimination fatal 4-way, so your objective in this match is to eliminate all 3 of them. Completing this meant we'd finished all the objectives in every match in Showcase mode, and that's what got us the trophy. I'm glad I saved Showcase till near the end there, because I think if I come off the back of the 2 story modes straight into this last trophy, I'd be so much more miserable than I am now. Honestly, I didn't really skip any of the cutscenes in Showcase either. It was just nice listening to John Cena talk. He goes through like his old iconic matches, talks about his opponents and what his mindset was in those sort of scenarios. And the whole thing of just doing challenges, it was really fun. Anyway, we've got 1 trophy remaining. It wasn't so much that I was saving it till last on purpose, it was just more I couldn't be bothered to play any more of it, so we've got to finish it off now. And that is, of course, winning 100 Faction Wars matches. As you guys can see here, we have been grinding. We're on 66 wins in total, so we still got a bit of work left to do. So that is 34 more wins. So we're 2/3 of the way through. Honestly, that's not that horrific. So yeah, probably not going to play them tonight, but over the next couple of days, I'm going to grind them out, and I will see you when we're on our last one. We are, folks, going across to my faction. I'm wearing the same hoodie because it's the next day. I had a session yesterday. I literally just sat and played this for like 2 hours, and I don't know if it was the strategy I had or if it was just pure dumb luck, but honestly, I got like 30 wins in the space of 2 hours. It was ridiculous. We are now on 99 total wins in my faction. We just have 1 more win to go and the Platinum Trophy is ours. Now, what we need to do now is hopefully hit him with a second submission that he doesn't counter out of, But the problem is he's countering pretty much everything I'm doing. Here we go. So, right, he's back in the next submission, and there you go. You've just speed ran it, and he's tapped out. And here we go. That is game number 100 of my faction done. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Please. You ready? Pop. Pop. There it is! Faction Wars champion, win 100 Faction Wars matches in my faction. Honestly, I thought that was going to be way worse than it was. I actually got through it pretty quickly. I'm so excited for this to pop. Here we go. All trophies earned. Let's go. That is the Platinum Trophy done. Oh, and a new milestone reached, trophy level up. Oh, look at that. We're on level 370. I still don't know what that means. These have been out for ages, and I still have no idea what they mean. So there we go, guys. That is going to do it for WWE 2K23. If I'm being honest, I probably preferred it to 2K22. Wait, pause. Hello, late editing Will here, coming in to interrupt on something, so I apologize for the lighting. Something I've learned doing these videos is it's actually best to save my thoughts on a game until after I finished my edit. Because you get moments like this where I've just got the platinum and I'm high off that feeling and I don't really convey my thoughts on the game very well. I spoke about how I preferred WWE 2K23 over 2K22. However, what you might have noticed is I did complain about a lot of the trophies in this game. And as weird as it sounds, it's a better game, but the trophy list is so much worse. Look, I enjoy a grindy trophy as much as the next guy, but I felt every single trophy in this game was a chore. The only trophies in this game I had a load of fun with were showcase mode and some of the miscellaneous ones. For example, the ones you saw on stream earlier where you have to beat Roman Reigns on legendary difficulty or you have to avenge Kofi Kingston against Brock Lesnar. I like those trophies. They're relating to real life, they're fun, they're inspired, they give you a challenge as well. If you're a big 2K fan and you want to pick the game up but you're not so sure about it, I would recommend it as a gaming experience. Like, the game's really fun, the matches are great, there's loads of creativity, there are a ton of things you can do in the game, it is full to the brim with good content. My problem specifically is with the trophies. I just think they could have done so much better on them, and in the end I actually found it really boring. I don't think the video itself is boring, but I think going back and looking at the footage of the trophies reminded me of actually I didn't have that much fun going for them, which is really weird as well because I think every video on this channel I've enjoyed the trophy hunting experience to a level, whereas on this game I just didn't have that, and that was really shitty. Anyway, enough of the dark clothing sad Will for this bit. Let me go back to the happy Will in his red hoodie who can give you the outro. That is probably my last video of the year, I'm assuming. I'm gonna spoil it for you. The date I've got this platinum is the 14th of December. This will probably come out before Christmas, but the next game that I'm working on is a really big one, so I don't think I'm gonna get it done before the end of the year. So this is actually my last platinum trophy of 2023. Now, I do have my PlayStation wrap, which I'll put on the screen now. That's technically gonna be wrong because it's one platinum short. I think it said I got 25 platinums this year, but it's actually 26. And what a fantastic year it's been. I want to thank you all so much for joining me on the journey this year. I'm so excited for 2024. There's going to be a ton of big videos, new games, everything. I'm really looking forward to it. Anyway, enough of me waffling. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you are new, please consider subscribing. Helps me out a lot. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I'm pushing for 1,000 subscribers already. We just hit 600 subscribers. We're nearly at 700 now at the time of recording, so I'm aiming to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of February. I think that's a really achievable milestone for me, but we'll see how we go. So yeah, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a happy Christmas if you celebrate it, happy holidays, whatever, and I hope you have a fantastic new year, and I will see you with the next video. Bye bye.